Hi, my name is Mónica Fernandes. Here at Evolution Essentials, I want you to love yourself first. That's why I teach people how to lead a wellness lifestyle with holistic tools such as essential oils and Reiki. So you too can have more love, more health, and more balance in your life. I felt inspired to connect with my loved ones, my friends, and contacts all over the world. They are experts in their field. I wanted to share with you our conversations and how we deal with stress and crisis. So if at any moment in your life you're feeling down, this show is for you. Hello, Pilar.
Hello, Mónica.
It is so nice to see you.
Thank you. So nice to see you too.
So,
It's been a long time.
Pilar Melo Antunes, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Wow, it's almost a Bible, but I can say, I'm getting old and older and wiser. So it's like a Bible. But anyway, I was born in Lisbon. I grew up in the Azores. I moved to Lisbon when I was 10. I turned 11 in Rio de Janeiro. I did my studies in Rio. I have a BA in Bachelor Administration and BA in Administration, Bachelor Administration.
Business Administration?
Business Administration. I'm sorry, I'm not native in English. So
that's okay.
Excuse my accent and my
no problem.
grammatic mistakes. After that, during the 90s, I came back to Portugal. And I started working in Lisbon. I started working in real estate. I worked in real estate for 6 years. Before in Rio, I did my studies and I worked 5 years in a bank, one of the biggest private bank in Brazil. The one that used to sponsor Ayrton Senna, the name of the brand that shows up on the cap of Ayrton Senna is was a bank. Was a fantastic experience. Then I moved to Lisbon, another fantastic experience. After you working in banking, you start working in real estate is something very, very interesting and matchable. Very, very interesting. It was a great, and then I start working with the resorts. I mean, golf and the properties surrounded by the golf course. Then I got married. I had my 2 kids. I have 2 kids, a boy, a 20 years old boy, and an 18 years old girl. And
you live now where?
And then 15 years ago, so that's why I say it's a Bible. I moved came back to the Azores because I had a wonderful youth here. My roots are in here, and I'm very proud of the place that I live, and was like a lifetime dream, and I'm here. So I think awesome. My name is changing because I did so many changes in my life, in work, in houses. I was counting with my daughter. I used to live in 22 houses.
Wow.
So almost 50 years old lady. It's interesting.
Many places to have changed, yes.
Yeah, many houses, and always with concerning to build a home,
Yes,
Joy to build our home. So,
and you've been able to do that. That's wonderful. So I wanted to start talking a bit about, not in relation to pandemic times specifically, but in general. But now that we're in sort of these odd times in our lives, I wanted to ask you a little bit about what are you doing, some of the things that you're doing for reducing your stress.
Well, for reducing my stress, now I have to be occupied. I need to be occupied. I'm not exercising too much. I should, but I am so busy in e-learning because there is so many interesting courses that for a long time I wanted to do, and or because I don't have time, or because I didn't have time, or because I didn't have the budget, or because I didn't have the opportunity, I missed. So now I am focused in learning marketing digital, in learning how to improve team working, how to read people, you know, and
Interesting.
it's
Okay.
and how to face the challenges, and when everything change or will be over in a different way, because
Right.
nothing will be
It'll
back
be a new
as
normal.
in a new normal. Yes, I want to say to myself, I did something. I was not in
Yes.
the kitchen cooking all day. I did something for myself, for my family, for
So
this
so
village,
instead
for the
of
community.
so instead of thriving into, you know, something relaxing, you're in learning mode right now, right? Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's really good for the mind, I think, to get it
Yes, very
stimulated.
important. Of course, I did some steps before. Huh? I've done some steps,
Yeah.
previous
Hmm. Yeah.
because we are really facing huge health and economic crisis, and then the social crisis, that
Crisis. Yeah.
crisis. I'm sorry
Yeah.
that.
That's okay.
That changes or moves our emotional, our instability, our relationship, problems with unemployment. So we are facing a very hard time.
Hmm.
But I think, but we are all on this together.
That's
So
right. That's
this
right.
crisis is affecting all of us. So the situation
Hmm.
will come from all, the solution will come from all of us
Hmm.
too, in the same way.
Yes.
So I really want to make my side, my part of the work. And
Hmm.
I am always on mind that last crisis was taking about 10 years, 12 years
Yeah.
left.
Right. The 2008 crisis. Hmm.
And I believe, Monica, none of us have a proper plan B to face it.
I agree. I agree.
I think we forget. We start business as usual, and then we forget that
Hmm.
we'll come back because it's a
Right.
cycle.
We take things for granted, right?
That's it. That's it.
And we forget. We just get too busy with life, and we are not. I think a lot of people. I'm not sure that it's everybody, but a lot of people are not prepared. Maybe some companies are prepared more than others, I would say.
Ah,
But
definitely.
it's truly you know, interesting times. And you talked about, you know, because you're learning and you're focused on learning new skills, you know, everything that's available now virtually, right? Um, I feel that I also have those times where I need to have my mind stimulated, and I've been doing that when I take a walk in the morning, and
Ah,
I go with my headset and I listen to empowering, inspiring, uh, you know, mind stimulating podcasts, and that really you know, just it gives me more ideas, it gives me more knowledge of certain things, and I understand, I can relate to your thirst to of knowledge and learning.
that's
That's
it.
fantastic.
Yes, I'm happy, and I'm happy to hear this from you. I read something interesting that accordingly to Stanford University research during this
Yeah.
pandemic, they found out that rumination, you know what it mean, what does it mean?
Sort of like just
Like a cow eating. The cow
yeah.
eats, it ruminates the food.
Yes, it's like digesting very slowly, right?
All the time, never ending digesting, you know. So this rumination, it's a toxic concerning, it becomes a toxic concerning to us, to our brain, that is becoming the pandemic itself. So
right,
people eat, digesting all the time, the problem, the health problem, the economic problem, the social problem, the relationships, because everything shows
it's overwhelming. Yeah, it's overwhelming. It's a vicious cycle.
And this destroy, you know, your capacity to focus, to
move forward.
Another step. That's it. To move forward. And I was doing some auto knowledge, introspection, and I found out that I was in this way. So I decided no more news,
Great idea.
related with this pandemic. No more news. Okay, the essential, you know, like okay,
the minimum, the minimum,
the minimum.
Right.
No more news, and focus my brain in useful things for me, for my family.
That's fantastic. That's really.
So I did this using. Let me explain to you. I flew like an eagle. And I look.
So was this a meditation you did? Was this a visualization?
Visualization, and I watch my life, you know, myself, but from the top, from the very top, from the big picture. And then I start thinking and putting things together and learning and so on, until I did a plan to follow. So I start from the big picture, and I finalized, micromanage with a pencil and a paper, doing accountability, checking my costs, my losses, my revenues, what I can do, because this is also a very important part that gave us stability, because we need to pay our bills.
That's right. Yeah, those things you need, right?
So it was interesting. This eagle recharged myself. This eagle eye recharged myself to look exactly what's going on, and to try to predict. Not, of course, it's very hard to predict, but to try to see few scenarios, okay, and to prepare myself to live comfortable with my family for the next 6 months, and then 1 year. So keep things on, keep the truck on track, you know, keep back my life on my hand.
Yes.
You know,
so you're taking your power back by doing that.
That's what I'm trying to.
You're really doing it, because you're realizing there's certain things you can't control, but you can sort of, with that bird's eye view, right?
That's it.
That there's certain things that you can focus on, and you started planning. So that's a really good, useful tip, I think.
But it's not bird's view, because
No,
there
I
is
know, I
some
know.
bird like pombus.
Yeah, like
Pombus,
pigeons.
pigeons, they only see the small pieces of bread. No, we want to
The
see
eagle
like the
eye.
eagle eye.
Yeah, the eagle view. Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand.
eagle view. Yeah.
I understand. So let me ask you this. Um, do you ever feel a time, I know that it seems like you're busier now than ever. Do you feel like there's a certain time during the day or in a week where you have to sort of just kind of shut everything down and sort of
I
focus on
start. No,
relaxing or something?
yeah, of course, I have time to relax, and well, I am at home.
Right, right. But what's your favorite thing to do to relax?
To relax, is
Yeah.
to hang out with my kids, because I'm very happy to have them back in the nest, on the nest,
Hmm.
nest,
In the
nest,
nest, yeah.
in the
Yeah.
nest. I'm very happy. I am helping I am helping my mother as well, so it's
Mm.
meaningful for me.
Yes.
And so I am very happy seeing my daughter doing her works. She wants to be an artist. She is doing
Mm.
art school, so she's doing beautiful things.
She's creating.
She's creating, she's producing. It's nice. She made with her hand atelier, so she wants to have an art gallery
Has
in the
her
house,
own studio type thing. Yeah.
her own studio.
Yeah.
And my son cut the grass and so on. Of course, we are together, and this is
Yeah.
very, very important. Of course, we
Yes.
have our conflicts because we are all stuck in the same, but it's so positive
Mm.
to learn and to feel it, that to be honest, sometimes I feel like I want this never ending, but of course
Right. I mean, it's
it's
so have you noticed a difference? That was going to be sort of my next thing. Um, has it been better or worse, or has it put some more expectations or less expectations with your husband during this situation?
Yeah, oh, it's not easy, but I did something that I think, well, not on purpose, okay, but I think we had a clever opportunity. That was because he was working. He is working in fisheries, so he needs
Hmm.
to be on the
Out.
harbors
Yeah.
out every day, and my mom is very sick, so because of it. We decided that he stays in our place and I am here in my mom's place with the kids. And he comes on the weekends and during the week for dinner and for chatting and so on. So
Hmm.
because he's very busy working, and it would be impossible, we all together, he working on the phone all day or outside the house, but on the phone, mainly on the phone all day. So
Hmm.
I think was a clever, well,
Yes, you have
it's a
that
lucky,
option.
it was
Yeah.
nice to have that option. We are happy, and but I am missing him a lot. I mean, the day by day,
Hmm.
but I think this is good as well.
So you think it's been this sort of different circumstance has actually fortified the family, you think?
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. I
that's
think
great.
that I am on the fortification side, but I
Yes.
believe that is lots of disgraces,
Oh, yeah, I know.
going
I
on.
know.
So it's my story,
Yes,
because I
absolutely. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
really wish that my story is the biggest part of the cake, like me,
Hmm.
the biggest part of the cake,
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
the share,
Yeah.
because thanks God we are comfortable, comfortable. We have our job so far. We are working. We can be learning. My husband is working hard. So my children are at home again. They live in Lisbon, so I think as well.
So yeah, you're taking care. So apart from the people that, so your immediate family that you're more connected physically with, how are you connecting with the people that cannot be physically with you?
Sometimes I go for a walk, but now they asked for not going for a walk, so
So you stay
I'm not
home, yes.
walking anymore. But when I didn't realize that they are really asking, I used to go to my dad's gate to say hi from the fence, not from the fence. And to be honest, Monica, I talk with some friends sometimes, but I'm not in a social missing.
Interesting. Okay.
Of course, I miss my friends and I miss our dinners together, our get-togethers and so on. But I am totally fed fed up, full,
filled up.
filled up,
Yeah.
filled up, with my small life by the time.
Yes, yeah, I understand. That's so it's easier too nowadays with all the technology to keep in touch, right? So it's much
Technology is
easier.
fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So
I am really becoming a big fan.
so in all of this, if you're having, say, what I guess, we kind of talked a little bit about how you're dealing with, how you kind of stepped away from that sort of fear and that whole, picture that's out there that you can't control. So are you most hopeful for in the future?
Health, peace,
Yeah.
love, gratitude. I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful. And I really expect to
Continue feeling this way.
feeling this feeling feeling this.
Yeah, I understand. So in these moments, I feel like it's how are you laughing? Like, how are you making sure that you're laughing? So meaning, what makes you laugh? Like, is there a certain thing that you started doing or something different that you...
Well, you know me.
Yes.
So I do a lot of humor. I come from a family that does humor for nothing, we do.
It's natural.
It's natural. So I laugh because of it. In the beginning of the pandemic, I used to laugh a lot with the stupid things that people send on Messenger, WhatsApp, blah, blah. But then I don't laugh anymore. And I laugh a lot with the golf things that people send to me. But usually we do lots of humor. And when I call my father, my dad, we laugh a lot, say silly things, and
that's good.
It's
always good. It's always good to do that.
It's the way it is. Always, we don't need anything else than we do humor by ourselves.
That's awesome. So I wanted to touch on something that's probably not going to be comfortable. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there something that you fear throughout this? Is there something that you fear, that you're afraid of?
Of course.
Okay. Can you share that?
Well, I am afraid of my parents, of this virus. I'm afraid of me. I'm not afraid of me. I'm afraid of my parents and I'm afraid of my husband. Because if it happens, to me, if it happened to me, if I go, I'm not afraid of going because I love so much. And if I go, there was nothing left, you know.
You have no regrets.
No regrets. That's something that I feel. Of course, I will feel very pity to leave my children.
Oh, of course, yes.
But
yes.
I mean, but I'm not afraid. That was I don't feel fear, but I feel fear from my parents, from my husband, of course.
That's
from
normal.
My children, but yeah, that's.
You want the best for the ones you love, so of course
Oh,
you're
and for the others. And
oh
for
yeah, of
the
course.
others.
Yes, I
And
know.
for the others, I thanks God, I don't know anyone that got this crazy disease and passed away, you know. And
yeah,
and you know, because I am very empathic person, I feel very deep some sofrimento, some
the suffering of people.
the suffering, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Pilar, so just to wrap up, I wanted to touch on, sort of wrap up and give us 5 tips on how to reduce stress and crisis.
Yeah, I did. Well, I did 5 steps. The first step is to feel. I mean, to feel the fear, cry, think, ruminate, feel angry, feel anxious. Be desperate is the first step. You have to have this step to find out your meaning of who you are, to go inside your casulo and calm you down, accept the situation, reading yourself emotionally and your resources, interior resources, internal resources, external resources. And I mean, me, my family, and my work life, my financial
the financial state,
issues, state, etc. So so this is the first step, like desperate, desperate housewife, isn't it? Then pull yourself together and give you a boost of self-esteem. How I will grow up in this situation. No excuses, without no excuses. So I think a good start is to make some walkings. Well, okay, I did some jumps on the trampoline and I sleep a lot. It's important to eat well, not to drink so much. So calm down, get your focus back on like a cold focus, not an emotional focus that the cries is disturbing you, absorbing. No. Yes. Get your focus, be conscious, be resilient, be yourself. So I think as higher is your self-esteem, the highest is your stress management capacity.
That's true.
The third step is to build your plan for the next 6 months. I mean, financial plan, make the decisions, do your plan, imagine different scenarios. And from I am a positive person, but in this step, I work with the worst scenario. You know, I work with the worst scenario. So I want to be confident and to have my steps on
planned.
On you know. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like to, no, I know what I have
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
on my control.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Makes
nothing.
sense.
It's the fourth step is, it happens before many times, is to think about an extra revenue, because of course this is a huge crisis, is affects everyone,
Mm-hmm.
the health, the economic, the petroleum going down. This is very strange, very um,
Very uncertain times, different
uncertain
times.
times, disruptive times.
Mm-hmm.
So I think now it's time to think about an extra revenue
Mm-hmm.
for the for the people that are listening to
Yes,
us.
yes.
I will ask you to start your digital business, to make your hobby a digital business. I think there is lots of opportunities, because I think the world will become, is not, of course, we'll have B2B, business to business, business to consumer, but now I think the trend is human to human. After all of this, things will
Yes.
change again.
Yeah.
And the fifth step is get your life back on track, under your control, with new habits, new purposes, but never forgetting your values and your principles.
That's really great advice. And I think I'm going to implement some myself, because I feel like, you know, planning is not probably one of my good talents, you know. But yeah, that's really great. And I will link in the description how people can get in touch with you and everything. And if they have any questions. And I really appreciate your wisdom and your knowledge and your passion in sharing your experience during this time.
Thank you,
So
Monica, to take your time,
thank
to
you very much.
spend your time listening to me. I'm very,
Absolutely.
very happy to talk to you.
It's been a pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. See you next time.